Before I begin, I want to ask you to hit that subscribe button if you love real, emotional stories like this. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know, what would you do if someone you trusted completely turned out to be lying right in front of you? It all started with a simple text. Heading to New York for the conference. I'll be back in 3 days. Love you. My wife Claire sent it early on a Thursday morning. I stared at my phone, smiling. She had been talking about this work trip for weeks, preparing for it meticulously, and I thought finally she gets to shine. But that smile on my face didn't last long. Within the first few hours, something felt off. She FaceTimed me briefly before leaving, but her surroundings seemed staged. The hotel lobby she showed me looked suspiciously familiar. I shook it off. Maybe I'm just tired, I told myself. By the second day, subtle signs began piling up. Missed calls she promised she'd take. Texts left on read. A faint, sweet perfume lingering on her scarf that I hadn't smelled before. Every explanation she gave seemed rehearsed, like lines in a play I wasn't supposed to notice. I started questioning myself. Was I imagining it? Was my mind twisting harmless coincidences into suspicion? Then came the message that tipped the scales. Can't wait to see you tonight, winky face. It wasn't from a colleague. I froze, my fingers trembling as I read it over and over. My mind raced. Could this really be happening? The woman I had shared my life with, the person I loved and trusted, was sending messages like this behind my back? I started paying attention to everything. Her social media posts, her check-ins, her stories. I even noticed that her conference friends were oddly vague in their online activity. Photos that seemed staged, captions that avoided specifics. The unease in my stomach grew into a weight I couldn't shake. By the third day, I found a detail I couldn't ignore. A live stream notification popped up on her account, tagged with her name. Curious, I clicked. My heart stopped. There she was, not in New York, not at a conference, but at a small cafe downtown with a man I didn't recognize. They were laughing, leaning close, sharing drinks like secrets between them. Her work trip was a lie. A calculated, deliberate lie. I felt my chest tighten, my head spinning. Memories I cherished, her good morning texts, the way she kissed me before leaving, the casual mentions of conference dinners, suddenly felt tainted. Every laugh we shared, every night we spent planning our future, now seemed like part of a carefully constructed illusion. I didn't confront her immediately. I watched for hours, heart racing, feeling a mix of anger, sorrow, and disbelief. I questioned myself. How did I not see this? Did I miss the signs? But the evidence was undeniable. My wife, my partner, the woman I had trusted implicitly, had betrayed me. When she returned, I couldn't hide my emotions. I felt raw, exposed. She noticed immediately. "What's wrong?" she asked, pretending ignorance. I couldn't find words at first, my voice catching in my throat. Finally I said, "Claire, the live stream. The cafe. Who is he?" She froze, then her eyes welled up. I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. It got complicated." Her voice, trembling, filled the room with an uncomfortable honesty. She didn't try to justify it completely, didn't act like she was innocent. There was guilt there, and perhaps even shame, but it wasn't enough to erase the betrayal. I listened, my heart breaking in slow, painful increments. I thought of all the mornings I woke up next to her, all the nights I stayed up worrying about her, all the moments I gave her my trust without question. Now those moments felt like a fragile illusion. For the first time I realized something vital. Love without trust is hollow. Betrayal doesn't just hurt the moment it happens. It fractures every memory, every word, every smile that came before. I didn't yell, didn't beg. Instead, I made a choice for myself. I told her calmly, "I need space. I need time to think. I can't keep living in a lie." Her tears fell silently, but I didn't look back. I needed to reclaim my dignity, to rebuild a life that wasn't tethered to deceit. In the following days, I reflected deeply. I mourned the relationship I thought I had, and I mourned the woman I believed in. But I also began to see a path forward. I returned to routines that gave me joy, reconnected with friends, and found solace in small victories. Reading, long walks, even cooking dinners just for myself. Each act reminded me that my life didn't end with betrayal. It could continue, stronger, wiser, and more aware of what I deserved. When I finally spoke to her again, there was no anger, only clarity. "I can't stay," I said, voice steady. "You made your choices. I'm making mine." She nodded, tears streaming, but I could tell she understood that this was final. I didn't need a confession, didn't need closure beyond the truth. The truth itself was enough. Walking away was the hardest thing I'd ever done, but it was also the most necessary. That night, I felt a strange kind of relief, a quiet strength I hadn't known before. I had faced betrayal, heartbreak, and deception, and I had chosen myself over a life built on lies. Now, I look back and realize the lessons I learned are invaluable. Trust is fragile, but self-respect is unbreakable. Betrayal can hurt deeply, but it can also awaken resilience you never knew existed. And sometimes the act of leaving is not an end, it's a beginning. If you've ever been lied to, deceived, or betrayed, know that it's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to walk away, to grieve, and to rebuild. And when the dust settles, you'll find a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and capable of loving without losing yourself. Before you go, remember to subscribe for more stories like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how you would react if the person you trusted most turned out to be living a double life right in front of you.